Previously on the Stanley Parable.
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the boss's bathroom. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy. Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I still didn't collect the previous one on purpose. You can't force me. I'm not taking credit for something I didn't do. Oh, actually the achievements might help me. Test achievement, please ignore. That doesn't help. Quit the game and then start again. Okay. Played the parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. What? Click on the door 435 times. Okay. Complete the parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds. Huh. And settings world champion. Select all the slider settings to all of the things. Okay, so these achievements are in no way going to help me find the endings. These achievements do not help me. At all. They're just like... Yes. Okay. Oh, hey, Christian. And Flames has been here for a little while. So we're good. And a couple of people in the YouTube comments are telling me that the... Alright, we're going to go to PM. Are telling me that the camera setting can be changed. So I'm going to see if I can sort of do it a little bit. Because I've got a very slow turn. But, like, the first time you play the game, I don't think you're going to turn too crazy. Huh? No, not A. I'm using PlayStation. Before we start, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. Oh, that's nice. A lot of people don't take the time that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and they call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Wow, this was unexpected. Okay, thank you. I didn't expect the game to do this. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Just a tad. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. I can't believe I subconsciously just followed the rule of putting the correct time. Like, I noticed when we were playing, it didn't even make a big difference because the in-game time is not, you know, consistent with our time, which I thought was going to be the case. But it wasn't. So it's like, probably of little consequence. Maybe it's just a gimmick. I don't know. Alright, where was I? As an achievement to not play for 5 years, then obviously the achievements are a joke. Alright, so 435 times.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Yeah, we're doing this now, aren't we? Where's 417? Oh my god, this feels so weird with this field of vision. Actually, I gotta go back to the field of view that was last time. Otherwise, my brain's just gonna die. Because my memory of this place is complete. Oh, that feels so much better. Everything felt weird with that different... Oh my god, it feels... Wait, the bucket came out of nowhere. You are my only friend. Well, lucky I played Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Oh, go... Huh?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
I'm jumping through more hoops than a teenager trying to get laid.
Now, back to door number 437.
Can I run?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
This is just a trick to get me to do cardio. I hate cardio. I ain't doing it.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, fine, where's 419? Oh, here we go.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
What's that concept of not wanting to give up something because you've put so much into it? Sunk cost fallacy, I think it's called. I keep doing it because I don't want all the effort that I already put into this to be for nothing. So I keep going on with it, despite this possibly being endless.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Oh god, if this just resets, I swear to god I'm getting a flamethrower.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I see we're right back to last week, aren't we? Alright, I'm grabbing my bucket.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
Where am I even going? I don't even fucking know. We're here again.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Fine. I don't even remember what I did and didn't do with the bucket, so I'm just going to randomly try to do something I haven't done, even though I'm kind of...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Oh, come on, there's got to be like a gimmick or something. They haven't closed the door. Okay, see? I closed the door. So there must be something, some sort of gimmick, something, somewhere. It's going to let me do something. Probably. Probably. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to feel weird. No? Can I do anything else in the broom closet with my bucket? Or maybe even without my bucket? I'm genuinely asking because I'd like to unlock everything. And I don't think I'll be able to... I don't know, can I smash that light bulb? No, no, I can't jump.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Did I ever do the downstairs with the bucket? Oh, I think I did. It's the ending with the bucket. Everyone goes crazy because of the bucket. And there's like a piece of paper. And like Slender Man. But I don't want to go to the boss's office. Can I open this one? No, I can't. What about this one? No, I can't. And there's no like elevator thing, is there? Because I tried the elevator in both cases. It doesn't actually take me anywhere. It's kind of weird. Like, see, now this is locked. Ah, but it's unlocked when you don't have the bucket. But then the elevator doesn't actually go anywhere. It's kind of weird.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
I think it was...
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Perhaps the bucket is a parasite, which would explain why it's soothing to hold us, as it would want us to keep holding it. But how does the parasite achieve that? Does it give us an endorphin hit, or does it smell pleasant? Or like, what does it do? Ah, yeah, I remember we did this. We went up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and then we broke reality or something. See, I don't think there's another route here that I can actually unlock by myself. Okay, I'm going to be that person and start...
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Okay.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay, I'm reading the Discord. To do in order would be great. Achievement, click door 435 times. Done. Unplug the phone while having the bucket. I believe I have already done that. Ride the elevator up and down behind the secret passageway with a bucket. I think I have done that. I've done that, right? Grab a bucket, go to the boss's office, type 333.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Yeah, that's right. So ride the elevator up and down behind the secret passageway with a bucket. Grab a bucket, go to the boss's office and type 3. Go to the mind control facility, call an elevator down, but don't enter it. Once it goes away, explore the catwalks. Restart after finding something. I know we unplugged the phone, but not with the bucket. I'm pretty sure we did it with the bucket, but we can try it. Okay, something about...
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
See,
He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Okay, so it's guiding me to do this, which definitely means we haven't done it. What?
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay, maybe this does something. Okay, I call it, but I don't enter it. Do I do this? Oh no, I can't do this.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Okay, so it's going down. So
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
maybe. I don't think we've entered without the bucket.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket. and the bucket said nothing.
You and me and the devil make three. You and me, dun dun dun. Maybe we haven't done the vent without the bucket. Because the only time I actually found that vent...
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Is this thing messing with me? Well, this whole game is just messing with you.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Why is the elevator going so slowly? Is it because he wanted to do dialogue before the loading screen? And now we want to do it again? I have no idea.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant.
Wait, who was that?
And why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Did you guys see that guy waiting next to the truck where there was a red light? I saw a person. I can actually show you guys where it is. Bingo.
To pressing the number 3 over and over. He would...
Bingo! You see that? You see that? There's a person. Look. Look, person. Person. Person.
Number 3.
Wait, who was that?
And why he felt so alive when...
See? I'm not crazy.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
There was a guy next to the truck behind the fence when you go up the elevator. I saw a person. What the heck? Well, that's creepy. I remember doing an ending going this way, but this is completely different. Oh yeah, this is not disturbing at all. Whoop, that's not how you... Okay, someone will randomly screenshot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Anyone? Screenshot? Kuma will get it later, I guess. That's a lot of 3s.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. 3. That's the magic number. Yes, it is. A shocking 3-dimensional character.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak. to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Wow. That's heavy, Doc. Alright, I can cross that one off the list. I think
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Grab a bucket, go to the boss's office, type 333, go to the mind control facility, call an elevator down, but don't enter it. Once it goes away, explore the catwalks. Restart after finding something. Alright, time to do that one, I guess.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, 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 I love that bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Ooh, what's the broom closet one? What should do at the very end, broom closet. Oh, okay.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stanley really needs a girlfriend.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket did not react, except perhaps a tiny glow of warmth. Subtle, yes, but an unmistakable spark from somewhere deep within. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, so now it's locked. Alright, we're gonna try to find that guy. You'll see what I mean. Alright. We're looking in this corner and there's gonna be a guy next to a truck. Pay attention now, it's going really quick and it's loading. Son of a bitch. Okay, so it's on the way up. Something, go press the number 3. Alright, we're looking. Here, there should be a guy next to a truck.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Almost there.
Bucket said nothing.
Almost there. What?
This was a shock to Stanley, who had
He was
always
there
felt
last
that
time.
Connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
He was there.
Once Stanley, here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
He was
He
there
took the bucket
during the
over to
press
the
conference
keypad
thing.
and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
We would have to trigger that ending again. But he was there. When I was looking, he was there on the right-hand side on the way up. If you, like, scroll the replay back a little bit, you'll be able to see him. I don't understand. Grab a bucket, go to the boss's office, plus 333. Go to the mind control facility, call an elevator down, but don't enter it. Once it goes away, explore the catwalks. Nothing's happening. I feel defeated. This game is weird. It throws little things at you. Or maybe he was on the right side.
The bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
It clearly did not.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he? Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
So I called down the elevator, but I did not enter it, and I explored the catwalks.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Terrible things. Terrible, terrible.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
What are you talking about? This is normal. Everyone has a smart TV. Every smart TV has a camera and a microphone in it. What do you think's happening in your home? What do you think's happening while you're banging your partner? Some guy in Korea's watching it.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Okay, call down the elevator, but do not enter it. Explore the catwalk. Restart after finding something. Well, I'm unable to walk on the catwalk because it won't let me. See, it's like here, but I don't want to enter it. Maybe I didn't trigger it enough times. Yeah. No, 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 no!
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Well, I don't know how to trigger it. It wasn't specific enough. They're like, press 333, but I don't think I triggered it.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
See, like, you tell me to follow the instructions and nothing else, but here's the problem. It says, grab a bucket, go to the boss's office, type 333, go to the mind control facility, call an elevator down but don't enter it. Once it goes away, explore the catwalks, restart after finding something. That's the entirety of the instruction. Going by that, I'm just supposed to press 333 once and just sit there. I mean, sure, I can try that, but the instructions are a little bit unclear. You press the correct code after 333. So it wants me to press 333 and just wait there. Okay. I think the added instruction would be good. Begin the game again. I'm the type of Kuma that needs precise instructions.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What if this is like a magical bucket? What if this is a legendary bucket?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I pressed 333, I'm doing nothing else. Does anyone find it interesting how when we're given nothing, we just start filling in holes with things from our imagination?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
We are interesting creatures. Property of Stanley.
2845.
Implying ownership of the bucket. But that is not a mutually respectful relationship. That is a domineering relationship. Ownership. Property of Stanley. Stanley, how can you have a...
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I mean, how can you have a relationship if you believe you own the bucket? Does the bucket own you? Do you own each other? Is this like a dominant submissive relationship where the bucket is submissive? Does that make you dominant? So are you like a switch because the narrator is dominant to you but you're dominant to the bucket? Go to the mind control facility. What if Stanley has a sticker on him that says property of the bucket? Indeed, because we can't actually see Stanley. What if he has a tattoo on his butt that says property of the bucket? Huh? Think about it.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
What's going on over there?
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
234. We're gonna go to 234, aren't we? Where is 234?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Okay, call the elevator down, but do not enter it. Once it goes away, explore the catwalks. Restart after finding something. Okay, do not enter it. It's going to go away by itself. Cool. 234. I'm going to have to find where 234 is. Hoo. Ha. 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 Hoo. So, does anything, happen here? It's apparently a Pokemon. The fungi that controls things is apparently a Pokemon. Wait a minute. This just opened. When did this open? What the hell? So I'm able to come here. What is going on? What does that even say? I'm able to explore the catwalks now. It's been open for ages, and Kuma didn't notice because he was too busy thinking in his own head. Like so many other times. Okay, so Kuma is searching for something. But what is Kuma searching for? Is it a door? No, it is not a closed door. What was Kuma supposed to find? Was it that? Ah! Step on the cargo lift quickly, with and without the bucket, right side.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I mean, the cargo elevator triggers with like a pressure sensor, and I had always
Stanley came
went
to a
on
set
it.
of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I feel unusual without the bucket.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You know what's cool? Even if the elevator like locks, I can still go through the vent.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm surprised I still have a job.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me. The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never... It's bucket time.
Oppa bucket time. Bam, bam, ba-dum, bam, 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 bam. We can't play the actual song
Stanley
because...
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Hey, did anyone see that Amber Heard's testimony was a quote from an actual movie? What she said happened in her real life was a quote from a movie, word for word. Can someone copyright strike Amber Heard's testimony?
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Yeah, Google her testimony. She was quoting a movie. And she also, and her her lawyer said that she doesn't have any previous like history of domestic violence. She was arrested for domestic violence in 2003 for assaulting her girlfriend. So her lawyer lied and misled the jury. She's also a drug addict. There's multiple photos of her on benders, like high as on shit on like ketamine and cocaine for days at a time. I love how a lot of the news media is not actually bringing that up.
No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Let's just say it this way. If Amber was Johnny Depp and Johnny Depp was Amber, the world would be crucifying him for lying. Meanwhile, simps are going, I believe her, but all the evidence is to the contrary. I believe her! But the day after she was allegedly bashed with 2 black eyes, she appeared on television with no makeup, with absolutely no bruises or markings. I believe her! But apparently the makeup she used did not exist until 2 years later, according to the company that produces it. I believe her! Based on what? Her word. You mean, would she copy and paste it from a movie script? Yes! Society's really fucked up.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down, since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay. You've got a bucket. Did you know that buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices? It's true. You can fall on a bucket from literally any height and survive. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Ah, you could have used a new line. Alright, I think... What?!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where am I?
It's bucket time.
Am I in the back rooms? Oh god, Reddit was right!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Why on earth
Stanley
did I
took
pick
door
up the
on his
bucket
left
when I need to come
go
here?
back to the meeting room.
I need to be here without the bucket.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good.
I think
Said the bucket.
I did
Now
this
ride the
with
lift
the
all the
bucket.
way to the top. There's
We'll
something
see.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever
Hey,
the
Daryl.
bucket asked.
Okay, let's see if we missed something.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Because Stanley doesn't have any survival mechanism in his brain. He's just gonna go into the blind room. I mean, the dark room. Blindly. Oh yeah, this is safe.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
What is this, the Matrix? Yoink. Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Please don't let it be that woman that talks about her vagina.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
What?
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Well, this is a first. So who was that comedian that always jokes about her vagina and no one laughs? And for some reason they made her do that Oscars thing because the last guy was telling the truth about Epstein and the other sexual predators in Hollywood.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Well, this is going to be a dumpster fire. Please don't jump scare me. Okay. Sure, just cut off my escape routes. What was that room that had the thing on off? Was it 215? Even is 215.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Do I follow it? Is my life a joke?
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
No.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Fish and mailed? I need scissors 69?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
They bought the cheapest carpet they could for the office. They really fucking did. This is literally the cheapest carpet you can buy. And look at it. It's cut into little square patches so you can replace little bits of the carpet so you don't have to lay a whole new one. And it looks like a piece of shit too. You cheap bastards. You should have just gone with polylaminate. You don't have to replace that. It's got a 20-year guarantee. You can throw water on it, it'll be fine. Why'd you go with carpet? Carpet's bad. You can drop coffee and water and it'll stink. Why would you want that? It also burns. Well, most carpet nowadays doesn't burn because it has a fire regulation. But, like, why carpet? It's ugly and unhygienic. It collects dust and it's bad for your lungs and people have asthma and dust, I tell you.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Why is there duct tape on the fucking edges of the room? Who does that? Are you painting the wall? The wall doesn't look painted. Jesus, this place is a mess. And this light doesn't work. And why would you have a glass panel like that on the light?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, I will play with you this one time.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these Jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see. Let's see.
Well, I mean, if you're not funny, you could just call everyone sexist. Go without a bucket to the left side, up the stairs right before the doors close. When you enter the boss's office, you dash out. Mushi mushi, ninja kuma desu.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Dish soap? You mean detergent? My God. I must not be dating her for her personality. Anyways, onwards! Left side, up the stairs, right before the doors close. When you
When
enter the
Stanley
boss's
came
office,
to
you
a
dash
set
out.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. When you enter the boss's office, you dash out.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, no, por favor, señor, no, no! Dish soap is for washing dishes. Detergent is for washing clothes, unless you're using a dishwasher. Ah! That makes sense. Fuck! Did I ruin it? Up the stairs, right before the doors close. When you enter the boss's office, you dash out. Is this the office, or is that the office?
Stepping in...
Great success. I'm about to get murdered, aren't I? Like, the door is suspiciously open. Like, this is so suspicious. I'm about to die. I'm about to get murdered. Wait, the door back to the stairway opened the opposite way than it did before. Creepy, eh? See what I mean? What is even going on? What happened? Oh. You are now leaving. Nani? Escape pod base 76. Nani? Hey, my piss big. Nani? What? I gotta be careful with these names. We got separated from the narrator. What the hell? Would you look at that? Every time we secretly went in a square, We were going up the stairs without realizing. Why do I feel like I'm about to get a jump scare? Sorry about the name. Put it as a joke. And Twitch made it permanent. Twitch makes everything permanent. Oh, fun times. Am I doing it right? Escape pod launch bay. Screenshot in uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinque. You had enough time. Oh, I thought that was an achievement. You can change your name every 90 days. Well, I luckily got the name Ninja Kuma after the old guy never used it for like 10 years. YouTube still won't let me do it. That's the only good thing I got from being partnered. Okay, what just happened? What just happened? What? What just happened?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
It's bucket time.
Alright, let's do the same thing with a bucket, because apparently that... You went into the escape pod?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
With absolutely
and
no
entered the
nothing?
door on his left.
This narrator is the only thing driving the story, it seems. Without the narrator, I'm
Still
useless.
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, it goes out.
Stepping in.
Ah, you're right. Freedom! This will make a great CS map. We can play Fortunate Son. What the hell? All the days alone, I'm a gone. Wait, that's not Fortunate Son. It's a different song. We're now leaving. I remember it because it was in Battlefield Vietnam. Do 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 do. I'm gonna escape with my big bucket. A boo doo boo 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 doo boo doo. Bom 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 no bom. See, occasionally when there's white noise, I gotta fill it with sound effects. Because if I fill it with anything else, I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Imagine gonna get a copyright strike on sound effects. Can you copyright sounds like that? Just like random things? Maybe. You can copyright phrases. Why couldn't you copyright like random sounds out of your mouth? Almost there. 7:59. I hope this whole game isn't one big LSD trip. Could actually be. Wouldn't surprise me, actually. It's just like you're in a building and you think it's an office space. Where's the light? What the hell's going on? Oh, there it is. Is that a pod? Oh, it's actually letting us approach it. Oh, we can actually go in this one. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Are you gonna tell me there's only room for one? What? You can fit! I watched Titanic like twice in my life. There was room for two! And we're in the blue room again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket is gone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So now that the bucket's gone, what do I do with my life? There's no purpose. There's no meaning.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Maybe the bucket has gone for help. Maybe.
Stepping in.
I've escaped. Escape and meet with the bucket. Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to do that alone the second time, and the bucket goes first. I didn't realize that, because I went first without the bucket. That makes sense. The timelines. The bucket just used us to get freedom. It's like those hot girls using us to get food. Wait, what the fuck? New content? Where? Here? Where's the new content? Alright, screenshot. Screenshot it. Top 10 biggest anime betrayals. I mean, I had that happen once. Like, there was this girl. Like, fucking, why was I even using apps? But anyway, we like hung out, grabbed the coffee, talked. We went to eat something. And then, like, there was absolutely no conversation. And I was like, this is falling flat. And then I realized she was ordering the most expensive stuff she could find. So at the end, when it came time to pay, I was like, oh, we're splitting the bill. The look she gave me was just like... And I was like, what? You call this a date? And yes, it has changed. Now let's go escape and meet our bucket. You see, once I hit fuck it, I really hit fuck it. I didn't care. I was like, you think you're clever? Okay. Try to weasel your way out of that one. I hate when people expect others to pay for them. Oh no, on like first dates, I actually do pay. But you know what I mean? There was, and when I mean there was no conversation, I mean there was no conversation. I mean, she just like ordered the food and was just chilling there. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened? It was a mind fuck, you know what I mean? I was just like, something's up. It was pretty bad. I was just like, really? Is this what people do? I was like, that's pretty funny. I mean, I could have replaced her with a bucket and had a better conversation. Honestly, buckets aren't so bad. They hold liquid and keep you warm at night and, you know. Imagine going to a seafood restaurant and she orders half a bikini bottom. No! Ah! You fucking butchered half the Amazon. Can anyone actually read that?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Well, I can like... Interviewing and interrogation techniques. Interviewing and interrogation techniques? Do it once and do it right. Taking notes. My god, it's so hard to read that. Recommendations from Oversights Committee. General questions about bucket filing. A short history of revelations between Poland and Austro-Hungary. Oh boy, that's a fun time. Clip that and replace the video with SpongeBob. Oh, here we go. Recommendations from Oversight Committee. I think they purposely do this so it's difficult to read it. 5th Annual Subcommittee Meeting of Internal Revenue Analysis for Committee of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club. What? The committee hereby proposes the following. That all internal revenues be reviewed exclusively by internal members of royalty appointed subcommittees. Ah, yes. That's how you ensure that things are above board. No girls allowed. What? That human beings except the members of the 5th Annual Subcommittee Meeting of the Internal Revenue Analysis for Committees of the Royal Discussion Club smell. Dude, I am so wasted right now. Hereby the following members approve this statement. Does anyone actually fucking do work here? This looks like a certificate of live birth. Live birth?! Bury the guilt dip within. Replacement bucket? No. No, 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 no. I don't want to pick up a replacement. Awaiting input. Do I pick up the replacement bucket? Do I do this again? But you're not.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
But you're not mine. You may look like my bucket, smell like my bucket. You may feel like my bucket and taste like my bucket, but you're not my bucket. I would know the difference. You know, like if I was dating a girl that had a Siamese twin, I'd know the difference. Probably. And even if I did spot the difference, I'd pretend not to because that would be rude. You know, because they're obviously... That's fucking genius. But if Siamese twins are identical on a genetic level, would it be considered incest or masturbation? I'm sickened, but curious. It ends here.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Go with a bucket and do what was mentioned above. See, this bucket is weird. Kuma, stick one lady, please.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Stick one lady. Are you asking me to poke a lady with a stick? Stick two. Oh, gotcha.
Stepping in.
Freedom! Throw the bucket away, Stanley. Throw it away. Your real bucket is out there. Go to your bucket, Stanley. Get rid of it. Stanley, no. Your bucket is out there waiting for you. Stanley, you dolt. What do you mean that wasn't an escape pod? What do you mean that was a rocket? I is confused.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I feel like Stanley did something scandalous with the bucket, and there's no replacement bucket. What is even going on? Do I do this again? For the 4th time? Will I end up getting the same ending? Will I get
When
it?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Will I get a new ending? Or will I get the same ending? Damn it! Why do I feel like nothing's gonna change? Okay, I think that's that.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
This ain't a fucking broom closet, it's a storage room. With a broom in it. And cleaning equipment.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yes, corporate in a nutshell.